go, man. I'm ready to rock and roll. We got Morgan Ingram. We're going to be talking all things outbound, LinkedIn, AI, sales, marketing, success, service. We're going to hit it all. We have 30 minutes. Morgan, how you doing?
I'm fired up. Yo, I was not expecting the jams to be that good. I'm not gonna lie. I was jamming in the back. I was like, okay, we're ready.
I saw you, dude. He was doing this. Is like Mike Tyson, man. Well, I don't know if you need any introduction, but just in case there's somebody, man, when did I first meet you? Barrows.
It was like 2018. You were 2018 is when we first linked up.
Oh, man, this got to be, I was going to say, it's coming on like 10 years here. That just means we're getting old. But it's been a while. Morgan's obviously an awesome. I think his LinkedIn stuff is awesome. I think it's real. It finds a balance of kind of digital with in-person, which we're going to be talking about today. But Morgan, real quick on you, real quick on Amp Social. What's going on?
Yeah, so my background is I started off as a sales development rep. Most of you probably know what that is, someone who does cold calling, cold emailing, and social selling. And I started creating content at the same time as an SDR, which has led to everything that I do today, from working with John Barrows, who we just talked about, from leading SDR teams. And now I run a company called Amp Social. Our main focus is to help you take social and go to sell, and how you break through the noise to reach your target accounts with LinkedIn outbound sales nav and content. So I'm really excited to talk about this today because this is near and dear to my heart, but also to help you all think about things differently as we're in the world of AI.
I love it. Yeah, this AI stuff's making me crazy, but I do like it. Amped Social. I mean, you just kind of renamed. There was a little bit going on there. What was that? Give me the 30-second on that again.
Yeah, so we were Amp Creative before, and just when you start a business, you believe you have a genius idea, and then it's not. So that's just basically what it was. We started off as influencer marketing, and that's why we called it creative. But as I talked to more clients and as I saw the market, people actually just want to be more social. People want to do in-person events. People want to figure out, how do I get better at LinkedIn? How do I create better content? How do I book meetings on LinkedIn? So we changed it to social because it's not only doing social selling, but it's also how do you interact with people in person? And those parallels were important.
That's probably a great bridge. So I probably had 5 people reach out and be like, URL, IRL, man, what is the title of this topic? This idea of URL to IRL, why is it becoming part of this new outbound strategy?
Yeah, so look, I'll say this continuously because I don't want people to think that I made this up. I heard it on a panel at South by Southwest, and I've literally posted multiple times for the person to come out and speak. But if they don't come out in the next couple months, I'm just gonna have to claim it. I'm giving people a chance. I don't know who said it, but like basically, it's how do you take the relationships that you have made online? Let's use LinkedIn as an example, but you could use it for any platform, but LinkedIn. And how do you make those and deepen those relationships from what you created from LinkedIn? So how do you do mini events, dinners, maybe a one-on-one conversation with somebody? Like there are a lot of things you can do, but that's what I mean by IRL. So URL to IRL is how at Amp Social we think about everything. We start with LinkedIn and social, and then we migrate to how do we make those into experiences.
Man, I think that's super important. Obviously, the in-person stuff we were just talking pre-show. It seems like that's coming online more. People want to get together.
Yep.
And with all the AI talk and all the AI comments and all the AI on LinkedIn, like, yeah, maybe there's going to be like this resurgence. Well, it feels like there already is a resurgence of trying to get back in person. But boy, if you can do it in a more structured way, that makes a huge difference. At high level, how do you start to think about that? I mean, that seems to be one of the plays you're really pushing, like digital first, in person after. Walk us through a little bit of that strategy. Like, where are you coaching people to start as they kind of start this journey of like URL to IRL?
Yeah, so it comes down to what the methodology that I've created after being an SDR, being an SDR manager, working with John Barrows, which was amazing. I had to figure out what does that actually mean to start on social and do social selling. First thing that I want to say before I go over the framework is I actually don't like the term social selling because it doesn't really correlate to what we're doing. We're actually doing social listening. And in order to be good at sales, you have to listen. In order to actually reach out to someone the right way, you have to be listening. So really social listening is just taking all the things that happen on social and sending someone a really good, compelling, and relevant message. So that's the first thing is you have to change your way of thinking to social listening first. Then I call this the 5C social strategy. And so it's clarity, connection, conversations, comment, and content. So what I tell teams is you need to have clarity on who you're trying to speak to in your content and who you're looking to sell to. And you need to be very granular on that. Not just like, we're talking to founders. Like, that's way too broad. You need to be like, hey, we talk to CFOs who are at Series B to Series D companies, and they deal with X problem. That's just an example.
And that's something you're within LinkedIn. I mean, you're a real big believer in LinkedIn. So you got to go deep in those tools and get the size of company, industry. I mean, anything you can kind of pull, but it can't just be we sell to leaders. You got to go 5-6 levels deep there.
Exactly. Because that will allow you to get the right people. Then the second thing is the connection.
Sorry, just on that, man. It feels like we always skip that part. I feel like it's so much easier to jump to like a cadence or reaching out and the audience is always a problem. I mean, maybe I'm going too far on this, but and maybe I just suck at it myself, but is there any tips you've found to like, I'm obviously put it as your first step. I love it. It's just, I feel like people then skim over it. They're kind of like, yeah, look, I just go after marketing leaders, Gabe. Let's move on. But it's like, how have you coached people to say, stop, shut up? Like you got to go a couple levels deeper on that to really feel like you've got an audience that is specific enough. Cause you can't just sell everything to everybody.
Yeah. So typically the data will tell you the story on like why you should stop. So what I'm about to say is it's different for everybody. I'll make it super simple. So like stage 1 to stage 2, which is like stage 1 is the meeting gets booked for the account executive or the seller. Stage 2 means it's qualified pipeline. You could look at that number and realize you need clarity. Like if you're just booking a lot of meetings, but then like your stage 1 to stage 2 conversions, like 10%, it's like everyone's actually just wasting time and wasting money. So you could clearly see like we need clarity. Or on the back end, your churn is like high or you have a lot of problems. So like we close a lot of people, but these people don't stay long. So those two are big leading indicators that like you have to pay attention to clarity. But I'll take the step back. Like the best way to do that is seeing what other people in your space, who they're selling to.
Interesting.
Like if you think about it,
I always say creative plagiarism, man. That's the key to innovation is creative plagiarism.
Okay, I look at my competitor. Okay, we're finding that the VP's enablement, and they had the case studies on the site. Because people are going to come after me, like, this is public information. I'm not cheating. It's like, it's on the site. They have like 20 use cases. And then you go look those up on LinkedIn and say, are they similar companies? And most of the time they are. So then it's like, okay, that should be our ICP. Let's just go after those people.
I like that.
To start. And then if we find it's another angle, that's fine. But like, let's start there. Clearly that works. They've already bought this solution. We should probably target some people similar to that.
No, man.
So that's why I look at clarity.
I like that. I was thinking of, I don't know, this is probably a couple of years back, but I was trying to figure out the title, like some of the titles, this company was going after. And yeah, we had that light bulb moment where it was like, maybe we should just go. I think we went over to this competitors. I don't know if they even do this anymore. I can't, but on the lead form, it'd like choose all these different titles. And I was just like, yeah, let's just take these. These guys have been in business 5 years. Let's go after this one.
That's
it. I was like, I love it. Okay.
It's like when you go, I'll give the last example and then we'll go to connection. And I have a question here. It's like when I go to a restaurant, I don't even look at the menu anymore.
So true. What do you look at though? I mean, you just look
at I just ask the person, hey, you literally have served 1 million people. Tell me what the top 3 options are that people pick. Here's what I like to eat. And it has never missed. I don't even look at the menu. What's the point? Like,
I should hang out and then you got it when you're at the restaurant. You got to ask it in a certain way because if you say, "What do you like?" then they're going to give you the crappiest stuff. But if you just what's the most popular, I need the top 3. I think I framed it right. I learned the hard way that if you don't say, "Give me the top 3," but you're like, what did these guys get or what do you like? That leads you down a path to destruction.
Terrible path. Don't pick that path.
Anyways, all right. C number 2.
Connection. So if you're doing outbound, you have 200 connection requests that you could send per week.
Whoa, stop. Is that on a certain plan? I don't even know that. But is that
anyone can send 200 connection requests per week.
But if I have a higher plan, do I get to send more? I don't know that.
You could send more in-mails and you can see people who view your profile. The connection limit doesn't change based on what your
200. Okay, yeah, because they just don't want people spamming 200.
They don't 200. It used to be a lot more. Trust me. I used to go crazy with it, but it's 200 now. So that basically is just connecting with the right people that you decided in clarity. That's all that is. And outcome based, what you're looking for is you want to send your connection request at a certain time. Most people, the reason they don't have a high acceptance rate is because one, they're sending connection requests typically like in the middle of the day.
Really?
So if you're trying to reach out to, okay, think about you. If I send you a connection request in the middle of the day, you're probably in meetings, you probably have other stuff going on. You're probably not going to see it.
Yeah.
But if I send it early in the morning, you probably will see it.
Yeah. That connection request, it's weird in LinkedIn. I mean, to your point, I only actually try to go into that thing like network. I'm trying to look at it. Yeah, my network. I mean, it's, I got 12 new ones. I usually only go there morning or night, or, I actually like try on the weekend to like update most of my connection requests because it's like a tab that I just don't go into a lot.
Right. And so what you just said is literally, I was on a call with the CRO, said the same thing. Morning, night, weekends. I'm consistently hearing this, and like now that I'm saying this, everyone's gonna go do it. But like, I'm also just telling you that like that's how people are operating. So I don't.
And then you got to say on the connection stuff, what is? Now I need the free consulting here. Two things. I was debating with someone the other day, like, is it better to not put anything in there and just or do you? Because sometimes I get a sales pitch. They like write a sales pitch, and I'm like, I don't want to connect with this person. Where they leave a little bit of mystery and they just connected with me and there's nothing. Is that better, or is it trying to be just more casual? Any quick things on like what how that not when, got it, but the how?
I have the answer. Most people fight me on this. I'm still waiting for the data to tell me that I'm wrong. So basically, at the end of the day, you want to send a blank connection request. I've trained probably 10,000, 50,000, I don't know, maybe 100,000 people, webinars, content, all in. And every single time that I go and do these workshops, I always ask people, all right, everyone, have you A/B test the blank and the personalization? 98% of the time, people tell me the blank wins. There are unique cases where the personalization does win, but that depends on your market and your region, and that's very nuanced. But like, if you're not considering that factor, the blank connection request wins because of what you just said. Plus, the last thing I'll add to this is that you need to make sure your profile is actually good. The reason that most people don't get acceptance requests is because you have SDR or AE at your company, and that does nothing for you. So that's the reason why no one's accepting you, or your profile picture looks bad. These are just small things that matter.
Man, that's so true. I mean, I have I am near and dear to my heart. I also started as an SDR. And so I actively try to answer one cold call a day because it's like pay it forward, man. Answer my calls 20 years ago. But I'm probably a little biased. You're right. When I look at those connection requests, if I see that it says account executive, I'm like, oh, shoot.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you, second question, I don't even know if we can talk about this on live, but a lot of people using automation, AI, connection tools. Any guidance you give people on these types of things nowadays? If it's a little messy. I've heard people being turned off because they can't, like, I don't know, this 200 limit. Thoughts on these tools that kind of like speed this step up?
Yep. So
we talk about this online, or will I like get blacklisted?
I don't know. We might. Who knows? But I'm just gonna state the piece. I'm gonna say what I gotta say. So my thing is cautionary tale. I don't have anything against automation. I think to say that it's completely wrong is the wrong narrative. I'm against people using it when they have had no success yet, because then you're just gonna automate garbage. So when people come to me, they'll be like, hey, how do I automate my messaging? My first question is, have you gotten 100 responses from manual messaging? And if you haven't, you shouldn't be automating anything. You're not ready yet. That's like going and being like,
that was profound. That was profound, Morgan. That's great.
Think about it. Like, it's like, imagine if you were like, told your kid, like, hey, you know what? You don't need a driver's license. You don't need a permit. Just go drive the car. Just go see what happens. That's what we're telling reps to do.
Oh, well, actually, that happened the other day. I've got this 10-year-old in Chat GPT, and he's trying not to learn math. He's trying to just use Chat GPT, and I basically said the same thing. I'm like, look, that tool is great, but you gotta learn it. You gotta like learn math first, bro.
Yeah.
and then you can like check your answers on Chat GPT or something. So
right.
I like your driving analogy, but I was just thinking, man, this summer school math thing I'm trying to. Anyways, that's right. Yeah. So before you automate it, make sure, and you should be cautionary, man, because I still have heard of people
That's my second point. You got to be super cautious. Like if you're going to do it, set super, super low limits on that. And I don't know the exact ones because I'm not an automation expert. If people have questions, I can tell you people who are way better than I am. That's not my lane. But I will tell you is you need to have super low limits when you do this. And also as well, you just need to be very mindful on how you do it because you can be banned, you can be blocked. I personally don't do it because I don't need that in my life, so I don't care. But like if you want to do that, then like you need to go figure that out on what your limits need to be.
Yeah, cool. Okay, got it. Yeah, I like dipping into a little bit how automation and AI can fit into these steps. Okay, so we've got know your audience with clarity. We know connection, and where do we go next?
Conversation. So this is where obviously people get the most excited because this is where you're booking meetings and closing deals.
Yep.
You can't do that before you have the other two, but now we're here. So there are 3 ways you can get book a meeting on LinkedIn: a video message, a voice message, or a written message. Bonus is you could do it in mails, but in mails, I'm not going to say they're dead because I think that nothing can be dead if people get responses. So I can't say it's dead until someone tells me it just doesn't work at all. There are people that do get success on this, but like, let's just say it's like very, 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 very hard to get a response to InMail because most people don't know the inbox exists. That's why it's hard.
I was gonna say, like, I'm like, if you ask me where the LinkedIn InMail inbox, I'm gonna
find it. You don't even know where it's at.
I got it. So see, it's under. I got focused. Yeah, I got an InMail inbox. Oh my goodness. Dude, wow.
That's what I'm saying. You probably haven't seen this up in there.
Hey, side note, your post on the LinkedIn inbox, man, was like, it's just one of those moments where, you're just like, yes. It was just validated. I've never been able to put it to words, but it needs a little help, man. It needs a little help. Okay.
It needs the most help possible. So anyways, my whole thing with that is I tell people you should send video messages. I know there are people out there who are Muppets and curmudgeons that don't like when I say that, and they're like,
video messages. Do you have? You can't use LinkedIn. You have to use a special tool though to send that, or is there a way to send that?
No, this is where people are gonna get upset. And if you have a video provider, I'm genuinely sorry. I'm just telling you what I've seen to be true until you can fix this. So please don't be mad at me. So basically, I use my iPhone. But you have to be first degree connected to the person. That's important. But I use my iPhone. I shoot the video on the phone, and I send the message. And it's more human. It's more real across the board.
I think you said, and then you just upload it as a video.
You upload it as a video.
Yeah, look, you sent that. Look at that. When was that? Hey, here's my
idea. A while ago. Yeah. I remember sending you one. I know it's on there.
Yeah. It looks like a different background. What's your take on LinkedIn video here, man? I've been struggling just in general. I saw some posts where people were like, LinkedIn's going all in on video. It's getting 100,000 times the views from a content creator. And I did a couple of videos, Morgan, and they suck. Is that me? Is that everybody? No. Or
so when I say send videos to people, what my answer here is different than posting videos
and content. Sorry, and you hit said video, so I was split.
No, you're good. I just want to give people context. When I say the 3 messages: video, voice note, and written message, that means you are DMing someone. Those things. I want to clarify that before I say what I'm going to say because it's a different answer. That's how you get people to respond. That's how you get people to engage. You want to do like 300, 400 characters if you do a written message for responses. So like I want to like state that before I move to a different direction.
Okay.
Now on these videos, I tell people that even though LinkedIn is saying that they're going all in on video, the data is not saying that.
Yeah.
The consumer is not consuming the videos. They have removed the video feed. And I don't believe that the consumer on LinkedIn is there to watch videos. That's why we have TikTok. That's why we have YouTube. So I would encourage you, if you're going to make videos, make maybe 1 or 2 a month so people know where you're at. Like that's what I'm planning to do. But I'm a video creator, and you notice if you look at my content, I'm not doing that many videos because like that's not what people want. What people want is an image. They want your story. They want to know how they can transform. They want things that are aspirational. They want really lived experience. And that's what people want on the platform. And if you could do that on a video, that's fine. I just think that the short form videos just aren't as they're not as good as people are saying they are to be. And there are people who refute this and tell me they're doing well on their videos. Okay, great. But the large majority of people are not. So I look at the large majority. I don't look at the small amount of people to say I should go do something.
Yeah. Do you, and man, when you talk to Gabe, you got to, I have no strategy structure. I just talk, I have no, I'm just everywhere. No, back to 5 season 1 second. But for content creators out there, are you saying if video's not working and you're a video person, do you start to do like TikTok or something? I mean, do you say, hey, you double down there, or you're like, no, man, look, LinkedIn's still the professional network, content creator, you probably stay on LinkedIn. This is personal advice time, Morgan. This is not anybody else.
It depends on your outcomes, I would say, right? It depends on what you're trying to accomplish. Like, I think TikTok is an utter waste of time. I want nothing to do with that platform. I think it's extremely negative, and I like to be in a really good mindset, and I like to have a good energy in my life. So I will probably never post there. I'm just like, it's not worth it to me. Like, I got other things to do than like deal with people telling me to hang myself because I post sales content, which has happened. So like, I just don't have time for that. So I moved on. So anyways, my whole point is that you got to find the audiences that you are looking to sell to. I'm on LinkedIn because there's B2B people here. There are VPs of sales and C-suites that I'm trying to sell to, and I'm going to be on LinkedIn. I don't really care and emotionally care about like the other stuff. Like, that's just where people are at, right? If so happened they went to TikTok, that would suck, and I would probably go to TikTok to figure it out, but I don't think they're going there anytime.
You don't think that? Okay, that's good to know, man. All right, let's get back to the C's, man. Why are you being so distracting? So we got
that's my fault.
We just did conversations, connection conversation. All right, what else on conversation? So yeah, the DM, the 3.
That's really it. 3 to 4 messages max per person. Wait 2 to 3 days after they accept the connection request. And that's where you can start having conversations going. But you should be proactive in the DMs as much as possible.
Okay. And then how do you finish it off with the last 2 here?
Okay, so comment and content. So this goes into the content side, which kind of goes back into what we're talking about. Commenting. So here's the thing. I have beef with people that tell you to do 100 comments a day. Especially if you're a sales.
What was that? It's some report, right? That was like, hey, their top 1% does 200 meaningful comments a minute or something. I was like, what?
That's silly. Don't follow this advice unless you're trying to be a growth expert. It is not good advice. Plus, I'm going to say this out loud, and I have a post on it. So if people disagree, it doesn't really matter, because if you really think about it, it's just the facts. I think telling people to comment 100 to 200 comments a day is actually inauthentic. I don't think it's possible for someone to care about 100 to 200 posts a day. I think it's actually inauthentic. Like, I don't care about 100. I don't.
Oh, man, you're making me feel good, because I saw some of that stuff and I was like, I should be commenting more. But to your point, I mean, I just don't know if I can do. What do I average? I probably do like 5 or 6. I mean, it's just, I got so many other things. It's just hard to do. And if I'm not just going to do some AI comment, where whatever, we can talk about that in a minute. But I probably average under 10. I mean, I do like to dude. The stuff people's putting out on LinkedIn, there's some meaty content out there. I mean, I get a little annoyed with some of those viral things, comment Gabe sucks to get the latest document.
But it's I'm not against that. I know a lot of people hate it, but I'm
jealous. I'm just jealous I can't get it. I put stuff in there and no people are like,
I'm not against it. I think the people that are against it are a little weird, but like, I'm not against it because like, LinkedIn is causing this game to happen because they are doing the algorithm that they are. Of course, people are going to do that. I don't get mad at them for doing that. It's because the game that LinkedIn is making us play. If that wasn't the game, we wouldn't play the game.
Yeah.
So it's really the game. But to go back to what we're talking about, I say make everything I'm saying you can do. And if you say you don't have time for this, then like you really need to ask yourself some questions. Yeah. So 20 comments a day.
Okay. I could up it.
That's not hard.
Yeah. I mean, it's
10 in the morning, 10 in the afternoon. Split it up. Yeah. And basically all you need to do is find 30 to 50 people that are in they're broken down by 3 categories. One is the industry leaders in your space. Like, these are the people that you're trying to sell to, they look up to. Then you're looking at like your partners, clients commenting on their stuff. And then 3 is potential clients. Yeah. If you do what I just told you, you'll be fine. Please don't go comment on people's posts that have 1,000 comments just to like be visible, like that's not going to help you. Just to keep it real, you're just boosting them. And some creators might be mad at me for saying this, but like that's just the game. It's just the way it is. Yeah. I'm trying to help you like actually get revenue with both
mediums. This is revenue. What do you say to the? I mean, AI plays a role now in some of this, but obviously I see it on some of my posts. You know, there's this one person. I've never talked to him or her, but it's always like, that is very, very nice, Gabriel Larson. Thank you for your post. And I'm like,
Gabriel Larson.
There she is again. There he is again. This is AI post. How do you use AI to be effective in some of these steps, man? Are you, because I don't even know. Can you actually just use AI to comment? I don't know how.
You can. Don't do it. I think it's actually the most stupid thing you can do.
Yeah.
And here's why. Because of what you just said. You remember the person. So now it doesn't matter where this person goes. You just remember them for AI comments, not for anything else, which is a negative connotation. There are people who tell me that they can create comments that don't look like AI. I don't believe that. I think if you've been in AI for a minute, you can see what it's an AI comment versus someone genuinely took the time to write it. So I think this is an utter waste of your time. I do not recommend people to do this. If you decide to not listen to me and do it, yeah, okay, cool. You get more people to react to your comments, but people will know that you're AI, and then you're just going to get blocked, reported, and then your posts are going to be bad. So I do not recommend this strategy at all, because it is the number one thing I think people vehemently hate on this platform is AI comments. Man, so why would I even try? It's not worth your time.
Do you well, man, we're gonna run out of time. Okay, so that's comment. So last one, content. Then let's hit this.
So this is where I use AI. And I'm not afraid to talk about this one. So the thing is that AI is an amplifier. But it is not a genie.
Yeah.
The biggest problem right now that I see on the platform is that people are going into ChatGPT and saying, "Hey, write me a really good post." Well, the thing is, it doesn't know what that means because you've given it no inputs. And so it's just going to have the average of what people think content is, which is not good. And you're going to get bad output. So the way that I use it has been the best way is I don't have my phone on me, but I have something that's just called Morgan's Ramblings. And basically it's just me voice to text my ideas. And so I have tons of them in there throughout when I travel, I'm out and take a walk or whatever it is. Right. And what I do is I throw it into my AI, and it then shifts through that mumble, creates a cohesive post. I edit it and then I post. That's how I create content right now, because it's my real voice. It's making it then contextualized, and then I post it out.
Yeah, look, I think that's it's great feedback. Actually, your first part might even be the most powerful, which is, man, you've got to find a method, I think, to catch those moments where you have that light bulb go off. And if it's your notes app in your phone, if it's sounds like you've got voice, maybe I should try voice, man, because those moments you have them and then you forget them. I love that concept. And then, how to use AI to assist rather than replace. Nothing I can add on that.
Let me add, I know we are wrapping up, but let me add this final point because it's very important. Because what happens here is you're going to hear what I just said. And then if you're a seller or you're a leader or whatever, you're going to be like, well, I don't want to be an influencer, so I'm not going to create content. Okay, so let me help you think about this differently. Your whole entire goal is to be a curator rather than a creator. And what I mean by that is a curator is someone who finds information, absorbs the information, and provides their viewpoint on it. For example, if you're a seller, you should already be doing this. Go find a podcast of a leader that's in your space. I'm about to do it this weekend, by the way. So it's not something I don't do. I practically do this. Go find a leader, listen. You don't have to listen to the podcast anymore. Take the transcript of the podcast or the blog or whatever you listen to and say, what were the 3 main takeaways from this? Read those things and then add your context to it. And then that's your post. That could take you 10 minutes. Yeah. So there's just things you can do.
There's so much easy ways to kind of get out there. But man, I do think we talked about that in connection, but the sellers who have a little bit more gravitas, or the little more thought leadership.
Yeah.
I think those ones are the ones going to continue to win rather than the ones who are just kind of quote unquote selling. So dang it, man. I had 700 more questions. Final words on thinking about kind of LinkedIn outbound AI. People are getting in the game. What do you leave them with, man?
I would say take the frameworks we talked about and try and attempt to make them as human for you as possible. Whatever your way to connect with the human is best, do that because people will feel that and they'll want to connect with you. And then it goes to the point where we started with, which is URL to IRL. The more you can think about how to be more human in the way that you reach out to someone and amplify that with AI to continuously be more human will allow you to then connect with those people in person to then deepen the relationship. So that's what the last piece that I would say.
All right, man. Well, URL to IRL. Morgan, it's always fun, man. I'm looking forward to working with you more. We'll sign off. Everybody have a great day.
Absolutely. Have a good weekend.